Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we will discuss the ongoing war between Israel and Iran in the Middle East. It should be kept in mind that the negotiations between Iran and US on their nuclear assets were on the way, and they were to take place on Sunday in Oman, 15th June, but Israel launched its airstrikes on Iran just 2 days before the negotiations, and on Friday 13th June, Israel launched a surprise attack called the Operation Rising Line on Iran. Missile attacks have been carried out by both of the countries on each other, and there have been reports of a large number of casualties, and also there has been significant destruction on both sides. We will just have a roundup what has been going on. Many of you know after Israel released footages of the Mossad agents which carried out and facilitated attacks from inside Iran also, which caused a big loss for Iran. It should be understood that the conflict between Israel and Iran is not new, but it has dramatically escalated and intensified after Israel launched a series of recent airstrikes on Iran and also killed top Iranian military commanders. According to the Israeli Defense Forces, their jets specifically targeted and destroyed critical infrastructure in Isfahan, including a uranium metal production site and laboratories. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu justified the attacks as a preemptive effort to roll back the Iranian threat to Israel's very existence. Let's have a look who were the top Irani commanders who were killed in the Israeli attacks. General Hussein Salami, he was the head of Iran's paramilitary Revolutionary Guard. Salami was chosen in 2019 to lead the paramilitary Revolutionary Guard, which answers directly to the supreme leader and is a major power center in Iran. General Muhammad Bakri, Chief of Staff of Iran's Armed Forces. Bakri was a former top commander within Iran's paramilitary Revolutionary Guard. General Ghulam Ali Rashid, ranking commander in Iran's paramilitary Revolutionary Guard. Faridun Abbasi, former head of the Atomic Energy Organization of Iran. The Atomic Energy Organization of Iran is the civilian body overseeing the country's atomic program. Then it was General Amir Ali Hajizadeh, head of the Guard's missile program. And Hajizadeh was a major commander within the Guard force, overseeing its ballistic missile arsenal. And Muhammad Mehdi Tehranchi, who was a scientist in Iran. Iranian state media confirmed that significant damage was done to the cities that were hit, and including them were Tehran and Natanz, and they are considered to be the home to key uranium enrichment sites. In response, Iranian leaders Ayatollah Khamenei and President Pezeshkian vouched a strong retaliation. They framed the Israeli assault a crime that would not go unanswered. Iran called the attack a declaration of war and also pulled out of the negotiations which were set to take place on 15th of June. At that time, US President Donald Trump issued a warning to Iran through social media, saying that if Iran didn't make a deal, even more brutal attacks were on the way. He claimed Iran's leaders had underestimated the US and Israel, and many of them were dead. Donald Trump, writing on his Truth Social, claimed he had given Iran multiple opportunities to strike a nuclear deal but was ignored. He stated that the attacks came one day after a 60-day ultimatum he had issued expired, warning that further violence could be more devastating unless Iran returned to the negotiation table. Iran has launched multiple attacks till now, and it has shattered the myth of the invincibility of Israel's Iron Dome, and it has also inflicted heavy losses to Israel. Although Israel's Iron Dome intercepted the majority of the incoming threats, some missiles penetrated the defenses, causing structural damage and injuring multiple people. Multiple Israelis have also died in the Iranian attacks. Videos which have been emerging from Israel show buildings on fire, sirens ringing, and people running to take shelters in bunkers. Earlier, Washington maintained that it was not involved in the Israeli attacks on Iran. In the beginning of this conflict, Secretary of State Marco Rubio emphasized the US preference for diplomacy and warned Iran not to target US interests. Military experts have said that Israel's attack on Iran seemed to aim at shaking Iran's military leadership and making it harder for Iran to fight back. But if Israel keeps up the attacks for too long, its air force might go worn out. This conflict has further complicated the US Iran nuclear negotiations. Iran no longer plans to attend the nuclear talks while still under attack. This is the condition of Iran. Iran has said that they will not come to the negotiation under any pressure or threat. If the world wants Iran on the negotiation table, the Israeli attacks have to be stopped. Iran sees Israeli actions as an attempt to derail diplomacy and purposefully drag America into this war. Right after Israel started carrying out strikes on Iran, an emergency session of the Security Council was called, in which the Iranian foreign minister thanked Russia, China, Algeria, and Pakistan for their help to call the session. These countries have since been very active to call for peaceful efforts and stop this conflict. China, Russia, and Pakistan have also condemned the Israeli attacks on Iran. Pakistan's stance on this situation is very clear. They have stated, the Pakistani government and military have stated on the national and the international forums that they stand by Iran and condemn Israeli aggression. Writers have raised a very important point in one of their reports that Israel deliberately used deception to hide its true military intentions and catch Iran off guard before launching airstrikes on its nuclear facilities. Let's see how this happened. The word writers have used is the long planned subterfuge, which refers to a strategy of misleading your opponent and the public by spreading false and incomplete information in the days leading up to the strike. Israeli Security Cabinet gave full approval of the attack on Thursday night, that was 12th of June. But in the days before that, Israeli officials intentionally created the impression that an attack wasn't going to happen anytime soon. They let rumors spread, such as supposed tensions between Israel and US during Netanyahu's call with Trump, and didn't deny them, which helped make the public think no military action was coming. A military press release mentioned threats coming from Gaza, Yemen, and Lebanon. It did not mention Iran, but Iran was the actual target. Let's look at the wider implications of this ongoing war. These attacks increase the chance of a wider global conflict, not only regional, but a global conflict. Some experts say that Iran might not just retaliate on its own, but it can also use Hezbollah and Houthis in Yemen. I will keep making videos on this important conflict. If you like my video, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.